club has a mic drink day
Oh,
that's run
nice.
by an
Okay.
independent host,
Yeah,
not
because
by the
most
club.
places like Hey Laura, what's Manda Bala?
Portuguese for send a bullet. Manda Bala is the cathartic venting radio show
Every Sunday at noon.
here at spiritlive.ca. I'm Laura Faria.
And I'm Cliff Knight.
Manda Bala is about pet peeves and relief,
You send us a letter complaining about your pet peeve
and special guests have 2 minutes to agree with you.
and take it up a notch.
You send the complaint.
We send a bullet. Manda Bala.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon. Try to catch me howling at the
Cool.
Hello, hello.
How are we doing today?
How are we doing today? Welcome to our show. I am Laura Faria,
And I'm Cliff Knight.
and this is Manda Bala.
That's how we do it.
Pra-pa-pa-pa-pow. Manda Bala means send a bullet in Portuguese, and today we are about to send a bullet on your pet peeves.
Tell us exactly what you have a problem with. It could be from your roommates, your parents, your actual pets. And we are going to agree with you and then blow that out of the water.
We will, and we won't do it alone. We will do it with our special guest here today. Here with us today, we have Sarah Ashby. Ba-da-pa-pow. Sarah Ashby is a comedian in Toronto, and she's also a producer, and she's a wonderful human being. And
Very nice. Very nice.
Sarah today will break out of her nice human being character to send a bullet on your pet peeves.
Yes, what I'm known for, my niceness.
Yes. You wouldn't think by just meeting her, but she's actually really good at roasting, so that's gonna be
You're like a
fun.
2-time roast champion.
Like 5-time, baby.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
I
Sarah
just got
Ashby
roasted
for
right
you.
there on math.
Come on,
Okay.
keep up with my career. You're the host.
Right there. So Sarah, tell our listeners, our one listener, a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I've been doing comedy for a few years now in Toronto. I run a few shows in the city. I run a music comedy show called Comedy Mixtape. Happens the third Wednesday
So
every
fun.
month at Comedy
I've done
Bar.
that show.
Yeah,
I've done that show.
well, third Wednesday every single month. We always have a new lineup with like lots of awesome comics in the city. And I'm also part of a sketch troupe called Kiss the Dog. We run an awesome show at the Bad Dog Theater. It runs every Friday, every third Friday. So the third week of the month's like my
So
week.
fun.
Yeah, so it's a good time, and I just enjoy doing that. And I like complaining a lot, so this is gonna be really fun today.
So
I
this is
think.
the show for you, Sarah. This is gonna be so fun. I'm so excited. So this is just a basic warning for anyone listening, because this is the first time you're listening to Manda Bala. And here's the warning. The following program contains coarse language, mature subject matter, and is intended for really, really petty audiences. Listener discretion is advised. Pew, pew! Okay, so we are going to discuss 3 major pet peeves today. And what we're going to do is that we are going to give Sarah 2 minutes for each pet peeve to go all out. And normally there would be another person competing with Sarah here. But because there isn't, we're going to get Cliff to do that.
Yeah, this is gonna be bloodbath, but
It's gonna be a bloodbath. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, so the first three complaint letters that we are going to be reading over are my own because I hate people. So here we go.
who doesn't?
I know, I know. So the first complaint letter that we are going to go over, and reminder, you have to agree with absolutely everything I say
This-
and take the complaint to the next level.
This
you have
is a
to
very
send the
yes
bullet.
and. This is a very yes and radio
Yes,
show that we
yes,
have
it
here, but
is.
also like in a negative way, you know.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so the first letter is I get very annoyed at Uber drivers that do not know how to follow their map. If you don't know how to follow a map while you're driving, why did you pick this profession? Why are you so confused about a map? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. And I am going to give Sarah 2 minutes to go off on a rant about Uber drivers not following a map. And I'm pretty sure that you're gonna crush Cliff with that, but we'll see. We'll see how that's gonna go. And your time starts in 1, 2, 3, and go.
All right. Yeah. Like, okay. The biggest thing I hate about that is when, like, I feel like this used to happen a lot in cabs too, where somebody asks you for where you're going and you give them the, like, general vicinity. Or, like, yeah, it's like this intersection. And, like, no, I need the exact address. And you're like, but it's like, I'm literally going to tell you where to go. Like, I'm not going to just, like, once we get to that intersection, be like, yeah, figure it out. Figure it out. You're the one driving. No, yeah, the city is definitely super confusing too. Like I used to drive in Toronto as well, so like not paying attention to a map when you're driving is like it makes every street impossible. Like there's like 15 different little alleys and things you can go through. Like oh my god, dude, yeah, like to the opposite end of that, to somebody who follows the map way too much, where like it's like, well, it's telling me to go off into here, and then you're in some like weird back alley where like the bar you were going to is on the main strip, and then you just have to like find your way through this like scary like be like, okay, I don't know where I'm going. I'm supposed to meet my friends, but like now I'm worried that like I'm gonna meet my death. Yeah. I don't know if that, how much more time do I have?
You have 1 more minute.
One more full minute? Okay.
Destroy them.
Oh,
Be petty.
man. But
The
I
pettiest.
know, but I also understand too, like, there's people who are new to the city, so, like, it's hard to read the maps.
Sarah, this isn't a show about being understandable. This is a show about being petty.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for people who have to drive in the city. It's just a shithole city to drive in. Toronto sucks. I think all cars should just be illegal in Toronto. I think there should just be a great bus system. That would be fucking cool. Like, I don't know. I
Vote
hate
for
the
Sarah,
idea
guys.
that you have to. Yeah, I hate the idea that you always have to also like pick between like a $7 car to get to like where you're going,
10
or wait for
seconds.
like a bus that's coming in half an hour, so you're just gonna be late no matter what. Like, this whole system's dumb. People should only
Pew!
travel with their feet.
And that was Sarah Ashby's rant. Okay, now it is time for Cliff.
Okay.
Mr. Cliff.
I took some notes.
Not Clifford, but
Oh,
Cliff.
great.
No, I'm not a dog. Listen, Uber drivers trying to follow the map or not even trying to follow the map, you should be able to do this, right? Every city that I've ever been in, literally Uber drivers all have an engineering degree. How can you not get basic map reading skills? And I do feel exactly what you're saying. Yeah, you read the map a little too much. What are you trying to do here? Like, there's no brownie points for being too on the map. There's one time I was trying to go to a show. It was at the Rivoli.
Yeah.
And I put in the
Oh,
address.
I love the Rivoli.
Yeah, I put it in the address, and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to go to a comedy show, but he brings me round the back. I was like, is there a drug deal that you need to be a part of?
And you're like, you can
Or
drop me
something?
here. You can drop me here. You can drop me here.
Yeah,
And then just like
you
keep
could,
going. Like,
he's
a whole
like, no,
block
I
down,
need to
and you're
drive. Like, no, I now have to
Yeah.
walk all the way back, cross a street, make uncomfortable eye contact with a lot of people. And you know what? You know what's even worse is sometimes, I do get the city's a mess and maps don't understand how to account for like construction and things
Oh,
like
yeah,
this.
I didn't think
Just
of
get
construction.
get a good phone that actually works, with your actually, you know what? No, that's wrong, because all Uber drivers' phones work because they're on the phone
It's their
constantly
job.
talking to the UN, ordering pizza. I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you need to just get your shit together. Or yeah, sometimes they're driving. Are you driving me into the lake right now? This is the worst.
Are you pulling a Michael Scott on
Yeah,
me?
yeah. This is the worst tour guide ever. We were just in Montreal. We hopped
Yeah.
into the wrong Uber because
This
think-
motherfucker.
No, listen. He rolls down the window. I'm like, "Hey, are you here for Cliff?" And he's like, "Yeah, get in." And we hop in. We're on our way to the bus to get the bus to come back to Toronto. Yeah, get in. And then he's like, "Where are you going?" And I show him my map, and I'm like, "Are you Muhammad?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "Fuck! Why'd you say get in?"
Are you Muhammad?
I just didn't want to be. I don't know. How much time do I have left on
You're
this?
done, yeah.
I'm done. Okay.
Get good. I forgot about
Yeah.
that too when they have like the two different maps open and they're following one, but you're tracking on your phone. You're like,
Yeah.
what
Oh
the
yeah.
fuck?
Oh yeah. I get very annoyed when Uber drivers don't, like, when they're oblivious. They don't have like any sense of like self-awareness.
Yeah,
Like, first of
yeah.
all, if your car smells like something died in here, I'm gonna assume something died in here, and that's gonna freak me out. You know what I mean? Like, another thing that I cannot understand is, like, the other day, the Uber driver that picked me up not only couldn't follow anything in the map, but he was getting mad at me because I couldn't give him verbal directions. And at one point, I just got so stressed out that I forgot how to speak English. And I just started going, meu senhor, eu não sei o que eu falo, vira ali na direita. And he just got even madder at me because I wasn't speaking English. And I was like, what do you want me to do? You know?
Yeah, you have the map in front of you, man.
I know.
Yeah.
I still gave him 5 stars because I'm like that kind of person.
Yeah.
Oh, ew. No, don't encourage that.
I'm that kind of person. It was really, really
That's
sad.
really sad.
Okay. Let's move on to our next complaint of the day. Okay.
Alright.
So the next complaint here is about roommates eating your leftovers. Yeah. Not a crime, but should it be? Should it be? I think people should be arrested for this. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So the letter goes as following. The other day, and this is again from me, but this isn't about my current roommate. Dave, if you're listening,
Oh,
I love you.
I love Dave.
I love Dave. Dave's
believe
moving
Dave
out,
would
and
do
that's so
this to
sad.
you.
I know.
He's moving out, and I'm gonna miss him. I don't
know.
even live
I
there.
love Dave. I love Dave. He didn't do this, but my previous roommate did this, so this is about her. I hate it when I look forward to eating my Doritos all day, and then I come home to find out that my roommate's boyfriend ate all of my Doritos. And I think that is a crime against humanity. And if you are the kind of person that would go into your girlfriend's house and eat her roommate's Doritos, literally, you should be put away. You should be sued and taken to court
Yeah.
because you violated my civil rights to have my Doritos in peace. And like, I like to tell people that I'm not as dramatic as they think that I am, but I did cry because of that. I did cry.
That seems pretty on brand.
I did cry because of the Doritos. So, because a lot of people told me that that was a silly thing to be like upset about. Like, Laura, it's just Doritos. Like, get over it. Now I am gonna need you to full on support my anger in this and also like roast that shit, okay? Because that is just inhuman, okay? And they are lucky that I didn't turn out to be like some sort of like a crazy school shooter type of thing, because eating my Doritos, that's the kind of shit that will set me off. So Sarah, I will give you 2 minutes to validate me, because that's the point of this today. And 1, 2, 3, and go.
So it brings even more like it's more fucked that it was her boyfriend that she let come in and just eat
Yeah.
food that wasn't hers. Like, Who
Mhm.
I don't let guests in other rooms of my house like when I was living with roommates like unless I was showing them something like I wouldn't
Yeah.
like it's like no, where are you going all the time, like
Yeah.
stay out of the kitchen, stay out of here, like just stay in the living room and bathroom. I
Yeah.
will deal with all this stuff. That's awful. Like I once had like this is the story. I once came so I would normally buy like craft dinner in bulk because you know it's craft dinner.
Craft dinner.
It's when it's on sale it's like 10 cents or whatever, something stupid. So I was like, oh frick yeah. Come home one day and literally all 5 of my boxes were gone. And I was like, hey, did anybody like eat all of my 5 boxes of craft dinner? And one of my roommates was like, oh, sorry, I thought that was for everyone. And I was like, that was 5 boxes of
What?
craft dinner. I'm like, did anyone else
What?
eat it with you? And they're like, no, I made it for myself. I'm like, what the
How?
fuck? Like, how?
Seek
I still to
professional
this day,
help.
I'm so like, I don't know. Like I eat a lot. Like I eat a lot of stuff. I eat like similarly with the Doritos. I will like mow down on a full bag of Doritos in like an hour, like and not even an hour, like 10 minutes. So I get eating a
Yeah.
lot, but like 5
5
boxes of
wow.
President's Choice white craft dinner, the most delectable and cheapest kind of craft dinner, gone. 5. That's a
sad.
lot of. There's like 3 bowls to
Yeah.
a box. Let's say that's 15 bowls of craft dinner. Somebody ate 15 whole bowls, and I admire it. I want to do it now. Like, but.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like I don't get like I don't know. Just like whenever you're at someone's house, like always ask before you eat. And if it's not yours, and like you have somebody over, just don't
It's
let
common
people
sense.
eat your food that's not yours.
I know. There should be a law about
Exactly.
this. There should be a law. I'm glad you understand. I feel like if it was 5 bags of Doritos, I probably would have stabbed someone.
Yeah, I was like, that's overkill.
Like I would have stabbed someone. It's like
you
you're not
can.
only just lacking common sense,
Yeah.
you are trying your luck.
It's like it's not even that healthy either. Like, there's, like,
know.
how didn't you get violently ill from this?
That's violently, not just ill, violently.
All that processed powdered cheese and probably spoiled milk. I don't know.
Okay, Cliff, it is your turn to validate me.
Oh, okay. Are we ready?
Yes, 3, 2, 1, pow!
All right. First of all, let me start by saying I am this person.
Cliff.
But you know what? You know what?
Fuck
For me,
you.
because I'm normally the person who's cleaning up the fridge. That's what it is. But I don't. Here's the big difference: is I ask. I'm like, oh, are you done with this?
Okay.
If I see something that's like lounging in the fridge for more than 3 days, I'm like, oh, are you eating this? Because like those were the roommates that I had, right? And I get it with like like Doritos, like it's a bag of chips. I'll get you another bag of chips. I'll get you salsa, even like whatever, right? But the big thing, I'm always like, listen. If you're dealing with snacks, yes, you can just replace snacks. Like, yeah, hit the convenience store, get me a bottle of Coke Zero or whatever to go with it.
Never
That's-
had your period and really craved a snack.
no,
when
I
you
get,
got
yeah,
home.
100%. I can't relate to that experience, but that's been the code, you know, every time I've had roommates or anything like that. But like if it's food that I made or even that requires preparation, yeah, 100% I'm calling Al Sharpton because you have you have fucked me over. Like, don't eat the lasagna that you know, that's
Oh my
so
God.
anything
Yeah.
anything that's from like leftovers that
Yeah.
you see, like, yeah, ask me about that. But if it's a brand new, you know, meal that I've covered down or like meal prep that I've done, I have had. And shout out one time to my Guyanese roommate. He was an old man from the Rupununi that has lived with his wife and daughters for years, and they took care of him. And he took 2 of my lunches that I had meal prepped to come to school. And it wasn't even good food because I was like 24 cooking
Yeah.
for myself. So it was garbage. Why would you even bother stealing that? I still have to
That's
add
sad, yeah.
barbecue sauce to it. Like, but you know, don't, yeah, 100%. Don't be stealing my food. Ask me. I'm okay sharing, but the 100% when you have someone else, not even your roommate,
Someone, someone they bring in.
someone
Yeah,
they
it's
brought in
an
stealing
attack.
the food, that is yeah, just call the police. Just call the
Listen.
fucking police on that person. Yeah.
I should. I freaking should. Yeah, like I on the topic of what should be illegal that roommates do.
Pass a bill.
Yes, on the topic of what should be illegal here. I hate even more how some roommates will leave food in the fridge to like
Yeah.
go nasty,
Yeah.
nasty, nasty,
Or like
nasty.
in the dish drainer where like
Holy-
they've just been like pouring
Holy
their stuff and you're
cannoli.
like, why does it smell like
Yo.
a compost bin inside of my sink?
These
Oh.
things make me go Brazilian, man. Like I go like full on batshit Brazilian. Like the other day, not the other day, like 3 years ago, I had my roommate in college, and she was so nasty.
How nasty was she?
So nasty that I'm pretty sure that a giant would use her to wipe himself with.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like
100%.
that. Like you are a giant's toothpick. Like that's how nasty you are.
Very
You know what I
nasty.
mean?
Quite nasty.
It's so nasty. She like. Sometimes I look back at my memories of like the nasty things that she did, and I think to myself, did I hallucinate it? Did this actually happen? And then I have witnesses. They were like, oh yes, no,
It's for
it
real.
did.
It's
It
for
did
real.
happen. Like we had to clean the fridge one day, and I shit you not,
Oh.
I found 4-month expired pre-cooked bacon literally just in the drawer by itself, not in a container, not in plastic.
Just sitting
Just
there.
It's like when you go to grab a
Pre-cooked.
fruit
Those
or
were-
vegetable that's been in there for
yeah,
a while.
those
and
were
it's
dog
just
there
treats.
was
It's
there
just
was
mush.
mold.
Ugh.
There was mold
Yeah.
in the bacon.
Listen, I'm the one,
Ew.
like I live with my girlfriend. I'm definitely the one that I look in the fridge. I try to keep things kind of organized.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
found that we have
Yeah.
5 bottles of mustard in our like halfway
no.
because it's been so many times because we've moved a lot in the last
yeah.
year or so, right? So every time we move, we get a brand new fridge, and
you
she
get a
goes
brand
out
new
and she
bottle
she
too,
buys some
yeah.
she buys a brand new bottle of mustard, and then when you're on the road and traveling and you want to have a sandwich, she buys a brand new bottle of mustard, and we have 5, and they're all different mustards
Yeah.
too. She has no brand
Yeah.
loyalty, and
It's crazy. We always get like condiments we don't use a lot, like brand new.
Oh,
but
and
like
they give you so
everywhere I
much.
go, like half the time, like or even myself, I don't have ketchup, and like ketchup's like the most universal like
Yeah.
condiment ever. But yeah, like I have like a bunch of like salad dressings that like
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh
my
God.
use or, like,
we
yeah.
had a huge bottle of mayo.
Oh,
that
fuck.
and mayo lasts pretty long if it's
Yeah.
in the fridge. It really does. And it was the largest, and neither one of us eat that much mayo. I'm like, why do
Yes.
we even have this? Why?
Listen,
We're not that white.
on
Not yet. Not till
Not
you eat all
yet.
that mayo.
you never know. You never know. On that note, we are getting to our headlining complaint of the day, and that means that the show is coming to an end.
Headlining complaints.
The headlining complaint of the day.
Oh, we could
okay?
yuck-yucks.
And this I'm not even gonna
Saying about
read.
headliners.
Yes, headlining complaint, guys.
That's a whole other
Headlining
show.
complaint.
That's a whole other show.
That's a whole thing, okay? I'm not even gonna read a letter to this because I've been holding this in for like weeks now.
Oh boy.
Okay. So my big pet peeve around this time of the year is the unreasonable, inhuman obsession that you people have with pumpkins. What?
Oh.
Why are
This is a
you
hard
people
topic
so
to agree with.
obsessed with pumpkins? Like, I get it if you want to have like a pumpkin like smelling thing, like a pumpkin pie here and there and everything. But why does a pumpkin have to be in a pumpkin nail polish, a pumpkin latte, a perfume, a pumpkin can't? Like, why does a pumpkin have to be in everything, but people barely even eat it? Like, through like, what? It's not healthy, guys. It's not a healthy obsession that y'all have.
We're gonna defer to the token white girl in the studio. She's gonna have to.
Well, I always just associate again pumpkin and like fall fruits with the harvest and Thanksgiving, so that's just a given. Why is there so obsessed with pumpkins? I'm sorry. No, I think it is overkill now. I think there's a lot of like Halloween-esque, fall-esque things that are like I don't know. It's just a thing. It's like candy cane stuff in the winter. Everyone loves candy cane stuff in the winter too. We get all
What's
horny
candy
for it. And then like peppermint and like
You've seen candy
you've seen
canes.
candy
don't. Yeah,
you're
you've
gonna see one
definitely seen
later and
them.
you're gonna be like, oh yeah.
Literally, as soon as Thanksgiving's over, candy canes will be everywhere.
Like now there's candy canes out in stores.
Right now, go to
like,
a Dollarama.
Halloween's been over for like Halloween's barely cold, and
Like,
they're like,
yeah.
all right, get all the Christmas.
Halloween's
get
been
all the
done
Christmas
for
stuff out.
4 days. 100% somebody's
Is it that
sucking
thing
it.
that looks like a J?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Like a
So like
J.
peppermint flavored things, like candy cane flavored things. It's just like a weird. I don't know why it became such a huge phenomenon, specifically with the pumpkin stuff. Because it does gives us white girls a bad name. Like I don't even like similar. I don't even like pumpkin like flavoring. I don't like pumpkins like to eat. I do like the aesthetic of it, but like. I don't like.
No, yeah, it's
I
beautiful,
don't
but
buy
like
jack-o'-lanterns
people
to bake
don't
them
eat it.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Why
it's very
is it in
it's like gourds
everything?
and stuff too, like the mini pumpkins. Like
Yeah.
how we always have those around too, but no one I don't know if people eat
Yeah.
them. Like, and if they do, I've never heard of somebody eating one. Like, if you have eaten a gourd, great, good on
Yeah.
you. Would love to know how that's prepared. It feels very hard
Yeah.
and inedible, almost like the rock of the vegetable world. But
And it's just so weird how people just like really obsess specifically with pumpkins here
Yeah.
in like North America for this kind of thing, because I was like listening to a podcast the other day, and they were talking about how no one consumes pumpkins in North America.
Yeah.
They actually only consume it to carve it.
Yeah, like the seed, like they cook the seeds or whatever, but
Yeah.
we don't actually. Yeah.
And that the canned mush of pumpkin that people use to cook
Yeah.
is usually like leftovers. And it's like, you mean that I'm getting canned leftovers? Who pays for that? Who pays for canned leftovers? That's just sad. That's just so sad. Cliff, would you like to validate me?
Now, listen, when it comes to food decorations, this is something that I've noticed very much. You're right, the harvest is very big. They have the cornucopia, which really nobody eats. I've seen them make the real, the horn.
Like
The horn of food, it's supposed to
it's so
signify
weird.
bounty. It's bounty to the point where you don't even eat the shit. I
looks
think
weird.
I think part of what it is though, like there's pumpkin, there's also squash. It's a very fall thing. The colors is what it is. The color is really why the pumpkin, I think, because it's the same color as like the leaves and all that stuff. Like, yeah, it's very Halloween. There's this movie called Halloween Town. I don't know if you've ever seen this. Halloween Town.
Oh my
My
God.
girlfriend's made me watch all 4. Are there 4 of it? It's
Yeah.
too much. It's
There was
too
like
much.
the newest one with is it Sarah Paul? No, not Sarah Paulson. Sarah, whatever her name
I
is,
believe
from
you.
Aquamarine.
I don't know.
The thing. The
The
thing. Like,
original one is with the girl that even like played like one of the characters in High School Musical too.
yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that's crazy about it though, when you really take in like what's it supposed to be, like the jack-o'-lanterns are supposed to be scary or creative or something like that. The scariest part of Halloween is having a bunch of raccoons eating an old pumpkin on your porch.
Yeah.
That's what ends up
Real
happening.
Devil's Night,
Yeah,
baby.
they come in.
The real Devil's
And
Night.
here's the
Yeah.
fucking thing: is like you see everybody taking their pictures with like the pumpkin fields. People drive out of town. People.
I
Like the
totally
world's
would have done
largest
that.
pumpkins
yeah,
and
I know
shit,
you would.
too.
Like it's a very Instagrammable
Yeah.
thing. But
I
when you
love
look at
me an Instagrammable
you look at the
thing.
amount of food, like it's just straight up food that's being wasted. Like we make a thing in Guyana called the pumpkin fritter, which they make here, but it's like a cultural thing there. Like people do have it like a lot,
and they
People that
will
make-
cook it.
And then they will cook it, and then they have you have like actual
Yeah.
squash stew and stuff like that. It's huge, and people will straight up eat it. But here we're throwing out hundreds of thousands of pounds of food
insane.
every Halloween, and then
Every day.
giving kids
Every day.
yeah, and then giving kids a whole bunch of candy, and they should just be eating the pumpkins.
But
to
then
be-
again,
Throwing
but
away
then
the
again,
fresh food to give the children,
give
the
it to-
food
like,
made by like third world
plastic,
children.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, throwing away that
Yeah.
food that we could be feeding those third world children.
So
but
that
yeah,
it's
so
an
that
even trade of
yeah,
candy. No, I
you
was
could
kidding.
just
No,
get
no,
them
that's
candy.
terrible.
It's such a terrible business model, to be honest. But I don't know. It's
it's how they do it in the first world country,
I
baby.
had a pumpkin spice latte Not a fan. Not a fan.
Me neither. I didn't like
don't even
anything
drink
pumpkin.
coffee.
I love coffee, and the fact
That's
that I
good.
hate a pumpkin spice latte
Yeah.
says a lot. It says a lot, you know. Alrighty, so this is gonna be our show for today. We're
Yeah.
gonna have to cut it short, but there's a first time for everything.
Thank you guys for listening so much.
Thank you so much for listening. Thanks again for Sarah Ashby for coming. And once again, go to her shows. You should go to Comedy
Uh,
Mixtape.
Plug your Instagram or
Oh, yeah,
anything.
you can check me at Instagram at Sarah N. Ashby, and you can also follow me on Twitter at SmashB17. There's a lot of gross stuff on there.
Yeah. I
Yes,
follow
yes,
her.
yes,
It is
yes.
such a good time.
It is a great
It is
time.
it is a
Follow
smorgasbord of
Sarah.
gross.
Check out her shows, Comedy Bar and Bad Dog. And
You can follow us, Laura.
yes, follow me and Cliff. I am on so many different Instagram handles, but
It's a problem.
it's a problem. It's a problem. You can find me at the Laura Faria, and you can find Cliff.
I'm gonna be at Cliff Knight Comedy on Instagram and Facebook. You can find me Cliff Knight Comic on Twitter. Also, CliffKnight.com is coming soon.
Awesome. Awesome. Alrighty. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope you have a great week with Petty Peeves.
Manda Bala.
Pow!
If I take you down, would you really hold me down and be your best friend? She just wanna hit me with a quickie by the pool, and I'm like, yes, ma'am. Way you got me feeling for your body, you might turn me to a yes, man. Oh, yeah. 80 and a 40, I'm a nervous bitch, I'm flyer than your ex, man. We ain't gotta go outside. Two-step in the rain. Wake up by my side. Don't care what you think. Oh, you just my type. Oh, yeah, she know the deal like an old scripting. You ain't the first to really sell that shit. Champagne with the roof gun. Bought this jam back in Tucson. Think I got to get a move on. Never had much to lose, but you could do better with me in the middle of the road, the back of the Jeep. So baby, let's not talk about it. But I gotta know, if I take you down, would you really hold me down and be your best friend? She just wanna hit me with a quickie by the pool, and I'm like, yes, ma'am. Way you got me feeling for your body, you might turn me to a yes, man. Oh, yeah. 80 and a 40, I'm a nervous bitch, I'm flyer than your ex, man. Why you act so extra? Let me in your section. Running through my mind, we got a connection. Back home ain't the same, your pop's drinking all the time. You just wanna get away, come hop up in my ride. Two goofies on the run, couple 40s in the backseat. Spirits in my lungs, got my voice a little raspy. Turn me to a yes man. Before we do this, girl, I got a question. If I take you down, would you really hold me down and be your best friend? She just wanna hit me with a quickie by the pool, and I'm like, yes, ma'am. Way you got me feeling for your body, you might turn me to a yes, man. Oh, yeah. 80 and a 40, I'm a nervous bitch, I'm flyer than your ex, man. Oh, yeah. Flyer than your ex, like, oh my god. Right into your legs, like, oh my god. And let's go on a date, like, oh my god. I'm back from LA like, oh my god, yeah. She still think it's odd, yeah. I got all these fans, she's the only one I want, yeah. Impress me with your mind, I might turn you to a mom, yeah. You might get a pension if you work it for me long, yeah. It's gonna be a long, yeah. I don't know how they get like that. Recognize my wrongs and get them fixed like that.